What's up, guys? Staying here from Rocky Creek. Madison and I are out here because we have got some big news. Big Mama is officially, truly a big mama. Piglets have arrived, caught us off guard. Let's tell you about it and let's go check them out. Come on. So guys, we ended up getting the shock of the day, a shock of probably my whole homesteading time the other day, which we did a quick, maybe 3 or 4 minute live when it happened because it completely caught us off guard. But Big Mama ended up going into labor and birthing her piglets, or at least the first one, without me having any idea that she was having babies. If you haven't checked out that live clip from when we first announced that it was happening, I'll put a link up here if you want to go check that out, or you can always check it out some other time. But anyways, she was starting to show some signs that made me believe she was going to be having piglets soon, because her belly was kind of starting to fill up a lot more. And guys, it's really windy today again. We've been having a lot of wind. I don't know why so much, but so hopefully everything will be fine. But anyways, I noticed her belly was getting bigger. But I was told of other signs to look for, such as they'll start nesting, which they say they'll start gathering different items outside of just their normal bedding. Never saw that. I was told that her backside would become very swollen, and somebody even used a description of like a half a tennis ball is what they said it would look like. And I had noticed she had a little bit of swelling, but nowhere close to what I had seen in photos or what was told to me. So I thought, okay, we're getting close, but we're not there. I'm guessing, a couple days out. Well, that morning, everything was normal. She was out, ready to eat. I checked her out. Things looked the same. I came out for evening feed right before I was going to start making dinner. So when I went to do afternoon feed, these two were here like normal, ready to eat. And typically, she'll come all the way to the fence here. Well, she only came to probably just past in between the last two posts of Mater's pen and looked over at me, and then she went right back to her house. I thought to myself, a pig not wanting dinner, that's kind of odd. But even then I thought to myself, okay, maybe she is within a couple days of having these babies, because I read the mom will want to stay close to her house a lot more when she's getting ready to have her babies. So I made her food, took it to her, and to my surprise, as she's eating her food, I saw our first piglet on the ground. So in a panic, I called Mrs. Rocky Creek from out here and I said, hey, get my toolbox, get the stuff, bring it out here. I got a piglet on the ground and I think another one's coming, because I could see her backside was kind of like contracting. And sure enough, by the time Mrs. Rocky Creek was able to bring me the items, we had our second piglet. And so enough talking about these guys. Let's go check them out and see how they're doing. There's the mama. Hey girl. You taking care of them babies? There they are, guys. They are 1 day old. I know, we're not going to bother them. We just want to see them. So guys, every time I come in here, she's all in my business. I don't know if she's protecting them. She's not aggressive, but she does come to me every time I come in here. But we are officially, this is the day after they were born, and she's been doing great. The only big concerns we have right now with anything is going to be her accidentally squishing them. But so far, hasn't been an issue, and she seems to be doing good with that, and they seem to be moving pretty well. I've noticed that a lot of times before she lays down, she noses the ground a lot, and I assume that's her kind of clearing the path and getting them out the way, but it's been going really well. I tried to check them as they were born, and I believe we ended up with 3 boys and 1 girl. The first one born was a boy, the second one was a girl, and then the next 2 after that I believe were boys. Most of them are pretty uniform in sizing. There is one that's a little bit smaller than the others, but I think everybody's good. Oh, she's getting mad because she hears it, but I was letting y'all see one of these guys real quick. I know, here, go back to mama. She is like, do not mess with my babies. Hey, I just showed them to everybody. I'm sorry. I was just showing it to everybody. I'm not gonna hurt them, I promise.
They wound up too.
I know, you're good, Mama. You protecting them, I appreciate that and I respect that. Thank you. So how did everything go throughout the birthing? Everything went really well. Like I said, the first one was born without us being here, and it was completely dry by then, so it makes me think it'd been born for at least a little bit. The second one came within, I'd say, about 10 minutes of me discovering the first one, and as soon as they would come out, I would end up taking like either a puppy pad or a cloth and wiping all the fluids off of it, make sure its mouth was cleared, and then after that we would put them underneath the heat lamps here behind me. They started kind of crawling out because they wanted to nurse, and she almost stepped on the second piglet. It got very, very close. And I have watched a lot of videos on this, and it said that some of them will get up and down throughout birthing because they're uncomfortable, and one of the biggest things to watch for is that they don't step on the baby. And I mean, we were talking, it was this close to stepping on that second one that was born. So after that, I felt like I definitely needed to be in here for the rest of them. But fortunately, the number 3 and number 4 that were born, she laid, they came out, and she never even flinched other than contracting and kind of grunting a little bit. She never got up at all. And so there was like next to no concerns there. We ended up, really? You're blocking it up, girl. I'll let y'all take a peek at him while she's drinking. All right, you're back. Sorry. So guys, the number 3 and number 4 though came out, no issues at all. She stayed perfectly still. I was able to get them. She didn't get defensive. I was able to do what I needed to with them and put them in the heat. And then kind of in between some of them being born, we would have some periods of time where she was just super chill too. So the ones that had already been born, I would let them nurse a little bit. You could easily tell when she was uncomfortable, and also her tail would start to raise, and you could kind of tell that meant something else was coming. I would move them, put them back under the heat so they wouldn't get stepped on. And by doing that through the process, it went actually a whole lot smoother than I expected. Now, in terms of timing between each piglet, it was all over the place. I don't know how long it took for that first one to come, obviously, but from it to the second one, I would say at least 10 minutes from when I found it. But from the second piglet to the third piglet, it was probably a good 45 minutes to an hour. After the third piglet, it was like maybe 5 minutes at most, and the fourth piglet came. Because there was such short amount of time, I honestly thought it was going to be the afterbirth stuff and that we were done for, but then to my surprise, it was a fourth piglet almost immediately after number 3 came. So now, how did we know she was completely done? So one way that we were able to learn that she was completely done was after the fourth piglet was done. It was probably a good 45 minutes to close to an hour when I saw kind of this sort of sac looking thing come out of it. I still haven't quite figured out for sure if that was technically the placenta or what it was. But anyways, that passed. We took care of that. And then it was about a good 45 minutes or so before a second one passed. And then about almost the same time frame for the third one to pass. So it actually took way longer for the different sacs or placentas or whatever you want to call it, because I am still very new to this and I'm still learning about what has happened here. But that by far took longer than the actual birth of the piglets did. And after they were all born though, this lady was super tired. I mean, Big Mama was just laid out, snoring, tired as could be. She was at least with it enough that anytime the piglets would even get near her, she did perfect and would roll over just right to allow them to get on there and start eating. We were told she was a great mother, according to the previous owner, which is who we've gotten all of our Coonies from. But Big Mama thus far has been picture perfect mama. For me being brand new to something like this, I could not have asked for a better pig for my first experience. If anything, she may have given me too much confidence because she did such a great job. So we're very thankful for that. This little lady right here was out here with me for just about all of it, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was your favorite part of it?
When you found the first baby.
When I found the first one? You ran out here super excited. Do you have a favorite piglet?
The one with the shortest stripe.
The one with the short stripe? Yeah, because the other three almost all look identical, don't they?
Yeah, I will.
The short stripe, I'm pretty sure, is a boy. So Madison's saying this one right here, the one closest to the camera with the short stripe, that's her favorite. I think he was the third piglet born, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm pretty sure it's a boy. But so the setup for the rest of the time is going to be, you know, they're going over here for heat as they need to, and they've been doing a good job going back and forth different times throughout the day. I've noticed some of them in there sleeping, but for the most part, they've been mostly with Mama for the majority of the time. And it seems like they really like to tuck in against here. And the amazing thing is that Big Mama must understand that they like to go to the heat, because most of the time when she's laying down feeding, she's laying with her belly towards the heat lamp, and it's making it easier for the piglets to come back and forth. And so we're very fortunate that it's worked out that way. And then of course we got our crush rails installed here. But she's done pushed so much bedding over here, I'm not sure how effective they are at this point. But, you know, things have been going okay, so we're going to just stay fingers crossed that it's going to continue that way. And this lady's been getting a lot of food and nutrition, because we do have to essentially almost triple her feed intake at this point, so that way she can stay with producing the amount of milk that she needs to. Probably the biggest pain in the butt during the birthing process is going to be these two right here, particularly this guy. The whole time that she was giving birth, they were right here watching us, even though they'd already been fed. And Olivia was trying to just lay, and he kept pestering her. So it was like having two toddlers in the waiting room of a doctor's office acting like a bunch of fools while you're trying to deliver the newborn baby. They were about to get on my nerves yesterday. You're lucky you're so daggone cute, Mater, or I'd have got rid of you probably the way you acted yesterday. So guys, I've been wanting piglets for quite a while now, and I officially got piglets. And it's one of the coolest, yet probably most nervous experiences I've had, just because it was an unknown and I wasn't sure how it was gonna go. And I was really hoping this was gonna work out, you know, especially after we lost Henry. And this right here is a huge part of the success of our homestead moving forward, in terms of being able to produce for our family and why we do this. And you know, the one thing I got to give credit to is, you know, Mrs. Rocky Creek, she's supportive in a lot of these homesteading efforts, but she doesn't like do a whole lot with it because she's busy with wild man right now, because Griffin is just all over the place. But you know, she's in there taking care of the kids. We're supposed to get ready to eat dinner. And when you raise this kind of stuff and you got these kind of things going, Mother Nature does what Mother Nature does. And it's not gonna do it only because it's convenient with your schedule. And when I called her on the fly and immediately said, I got the piglets here, I have everything I need but iodine, can you load the kids up and go get that and bring it to me? Hey, I also gonna need gloves. And I told her what I needed last minute that I hadn't quite got yet, and she, without hesitation, loaded the kids up, did what she had to do while Madison came out with me. And you know, she ended up taking care of the kids by herself all night long, and to where I could just focus on this out here and make sure everything went well. So it ended up big time being a team effort, both from my wife helping out with all the stuff, going to get what I needed, coming and running stuff out to me, but yet still taking care of the kids, getting them in bed all together. This one helping me out all the way up until it's time for her to go in, and then even for her just to make sure she's doing what she's supposed to do in the house and helping with her brother. And it was an all-around family effort with everybody doing their jobs. And that's one thing that I think I liked so much about this too, was just seeing everybody in the family come together for something that we wanted to see happen here on the homestead and for it to be successful. So guys, we've got a lot going on right now. This is only a tip of the iceberg of what has happened this week. We've gotten other animals in, we've got new structures going. We started on doing some fencing for a garden. Honestly, I had so much going on this week. This was not expected, but the fact that this went so smoothly, I'm thankful and I'm grateful, and I'm so appreciative that all this has went well. So guys, I appreciate y'all coming along. I look forward to watching these piglets grow and to bring you more about them, along with all the other stuff that I got to share with you still on another video. But until then guys, y'all be good. We appreciate each and every one of you. We'll see y'all here very soon on one of our next episodes. Thanks guys, bye.